Hello! How's everybody doing today? I hope everyone's having a wonderful Memorial Day weekend, okay? This is going to be the Sunday afternoon Memorial Day concert in honor of all those men and women who served in the armed forces or who are serving in the armed forces. And I want to thank you for your service. I want to thank you for the service that you do, because it allows us the freedoms to do what we like here. Allows us the freedom to protest. Allows us the freedom to complain about our jobs. Allows us the freedom to sing the music that we choose. Or listen to the music that we choose. Allows us to do a lot of different things that some people obviously don't get to do. Allows us to preach the gospel of Jesus Christ on the street corner without the fear of being killed for it. Amen. Some people have asked me why I dress the way I do. First of all, I like it. Second of all, today's concert. And of course, most of the music I do is country music and the rockabilly stuff. And that's exactly what we're going to do today. In honor of Memorial Day, instead of doing the patriotic stuff that most people would do, I'm going to do some rockabilly music that I like to do. Because, hey, you guys are out there serving, protecting us, making sure everything's okay, so that we have the freedom to play this kind of music. So that they had the freedom to play this kind of music back in the 50s. And before that, as it was coming out. But they even wore that same kind of tie like I'm wearing back then. See this picture of Elvis here? And I know you probably can't see it very well, but he's wearing one of those same kind of ties that I like to wear. This tie was made by my mom. The vest was made by my daughter. My third daughter. So let me set that down. I know you guys probably like, Elden, are you going to get on with the music or what? Yeah, we're getting on with the music. And being that I like this set of stuff so much, there's going to be 4 sets. Here we go. Let's get on with it. That's all right, Mama. Well, that's all right, Mama. That's all right with you. That's all right, Mama. Just any way you do it, that's all right. That's all right. That's all right now, Mama. Any way you do. Mama, she done told me. Mama done told me too. Son, that girl you're full of wind. She ain't no good for you. Well, that's all right. That's all right. That's all right now, Mama, any way you do. Well, I'm leaving town, baby, leaving town for sure. Then you won't be bothered with me hanging around your door. Well, that's all right, that's all right. That's all right now, Mama, any way you do. That's all right. That's all right now, Mama, any way you do. Well, I ought to mind my papa. Guess I'm not too smart. If I was, I'd leave the girl before you break my heart. Well, that's all right. That's all right. That's all right now, Mama, any way you do. That's all right now, Mama, any way you do. That's all right now, Mama, any way you do. Yeah! Woo! That's what I'm talking about, baby. I know you guys, I know I love that. Oh, wow. That's all right, Mama. Yeah. And obviously you guys know Elvis did that. The other one that comes to mind that did that is Marty Robbins. Marty Robbins is a country singer, though. I don't think about him as being rockabilly. But he was doing that kind of stuff back then too, during that time period. He even has a song out there, a couple different ones. Ruby Ann. Very rockabilly. Now we're going to go with Buddy Holly. Think it over. Here we go. Think it over what you just said. Think it over in your pretty little head. Are you sure that I'm another one? Is your love really the only fun? You think it over, just think it over. A lonely heart grows cold and old. Think it over and let me know. Think it over but don't be slow. Just remember all the birds and bees go by too through life's mystery. You think it over, just think it over. A lonely heart grows cold and old. Think it over and think of me. Think it over and you will see happy days when you and I think it's one kiss from blues goodbye. You think it over, just think it over. A lonely heart grows cold and old. Think it over, over and over. Think it over, over and over. Think it over, over and over. Think it over. There we go. Think it over. Boy, we're going to have some fun today. Not that I haven't been having fun before. I know you guys have seen me having fun before. But I'm having a blast. I'm sure it probably shows. Here we go. You know, I'm going to do a lot of the stuff you guys have just heard me do recently. It's hard for me to choose or not to choose to do something. Especially when I've got it set to do. There's some stuff in my Rockabilly playlist that isn't on today's concert. So feel free to listen to it because I got a lot in there. So it was hard for me to choose what I wanted to do. But I did want to get Roy Orbison in here. Ooby dooby. Here we go. And you know, the first time, I hate to say it, the first time I heard this was on the Star Trek movie First Contact. Then I hunted it down. I'm like, who is that? Because the first time I remember hearing Roy Orbison was Pretty Woman. And, well, you know what I'm talking about. Those songs. I was crying, so forth and so on. Here we go. Oh. Hey, baby, jump over here. When you do the ooby, you gotta be near. Ooby dooby, ooby dooby, ooby dooby, ooby dooby, ooby dooby, dooby dooby, ooby dooby, dooby, ooby doo, wah doo, wah doo, wah. When you wiggle to the left, wiggle to the right, to the ooby dooby, you gotta be mine. Ooby dooby, ooby dooby, ooby dooby, ooby dooby, ooby dooby, dooby dooby, ooby dooby, dooby dooby doo, wah doo, wah doo, wah. When you wiggle and shake like a big rattlesnake, do the ooby dooby doo, your heart will break. Ooby dooby, ooby dooby, ooby dooby, ooby dooby, ooby dooby, dooby dooby, ooby dooby, dooby dooby doo, wah doo, wah doo, wah. Well, you've been strutting 'cause now you know how to do the ooby dooby, baby. Let's go, ooby dooby, ooby dooby, ooby dooby, ooby dooby, ooby dooby, dooby dooby, ooby dooby, dooby dooby doo, wah doo, wah doo, wah. Woo! Yeah, there we go. Ooby dooby. I bet half of you I'm playing for remember when that came out. Oh, here we go. Here we go. Now then, I'm going to do a different style of song from that time period. And I wouldn't even say he was a rockabilly artist, but he was doing rock and roll. Okay, from that early time period. And he had a bebop piano. But when you heard him on the radio, you probably thought, man, that's a country star. Fats Domino. Walkin To New Orleans. Here we go. This time I'm walking to New Orleans. I'm walking to New Orleans. I'm going to need 2 pair of shoes when I get through walking these blues. When I get back to New Orleans, I got my suitcase in my hand. Now ain't that a shame? I am leaving here today, 'cause I'm going home to stay, 'cause I'm walking to New Orleans. You used to be my honey, till you spent all my money. No use for me to cry, I'll see you by and by, 'cause I'm walking to New Orleans. I've got no time for talking, I've got to keep on walking. New Orleans is the home, that's the reason why I'm gone. Yes, I'm walking to New Orleans. 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 All right, walking to New Orleans. How many of you remember that song? And as I remember hearing that song as a kid. I don't hear it on the radio anymore, at least. And you know what? I hate to say it, but the oldie stations aren't playing the oldies that I heard that were oldies then. They started to play the stuff that was... They're starting to play the stuff out there that was there when I was a kid. That's the end of set 1. And I will get ready to do set 2. Here we go.